18 wheels on the concrete. It's a slow and diving rain, rolling like Jesse James, a modern day outlaw game. If you're out here riding with me, come on back and make some noise. We're the last of the cowboys. Modern day outlaw gang. We're the last of the cowboys. We're the last of the cowboys. Saddle up, boys.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Yes, we have stuff that we got going on. I know I was live earlier, 7 hours ago, talking about the weather. We already had it going on. There's still some new weather coming out. Our area is getting pounded over here. I want to give a shout out to Kim Jakes. They're running through some nasty sleet rain, ice. I just seen a picture of her truck. The air breather's slap full, covered in ice. Looks like she had to pull over and get the ice off of it. Yeah, so we're going to get into some of this weather going on, guys. Happy New Year, beginning of the new year. This is the second broadcast for the year. This is part 2 of the weather, just to let y'all know. I do have other people coming in. If you guys want to join in, the link is in the comments. If you're on Facebook or on YouTube, look at the top of the comments at the top of the page. The link is there. Click it. You can come and join, and we'll talk about the weather that's in your area and where you're at. Yes. So on that note, I'm going to go ahead and jump into my local weather real quick. I guess during my earlier broadcast, we actually had an accident out here on I-81 in the Bristol, Virginia side. VDOT was out there. They had the road shut down for a while doing a cleanup. The roads got icy real quick. We had a semi getting into an accident. I got some reports on that too, so I'm going to start pulling this in. What's up, Father Time? Good to see you. Michael, I hope your headache's doing better, brother. Yeah, there's people's got some things going on right now, but we're good. Yeah, no, it'd be easier if I had 2 of them, but I ain't worried about it right now. So let me jump into what we got here local, which is in the Tennessee, Virginia, eastern, southwest side. And we're going to go ahead and bring this on. We're going to go ahead and play it. And here you go.
Issued a stay-at-home order this afternoon due to the heavy snowfall across the region. The agency says roads in the area are, quote, littered with abandoned and disabled vehicles. The department is urging all residents to remain at home and off all roadways as more snowfall is expected.
Yeah, so they're giving you the stay-home order. That's the stay-home order. We've also got the winter advisory.
Gabapentin is bringing you closer to amputation. These are 3 symptoms that are signal.
Let's pull up the one with the truck earlier. Where'd you go? There we go. Yeah, this was earlier. The roads are bad, guys. The roads are bad. There are. We've got snowplows that are running, but it's not. They're not getting ahead of it in time. So just letting you all know, they're in blue conditions. Yeah, just showing you what the weather is doing. This is in St. Louis, Missouri. This is in St. Louis, Missouri. It's in whiteout conditions. Yeah. It's rough over there. It's like this. This is still daylight over there, but it's dark now. Yeah, this is what we got going on all over the place. The weather is not looking the best, but I do have, yeah. Here we go. There they are, bracing around the clock.
Roads and bridges damaged by Helene are set for another challenge. With a wave of winter weather on the way, many wonder if infrastructure locally can handle the storm. News Channel 11's Jayana Scurry spoke with road crews and has the latest.
The snow could not have come at a worse time than it has right now.
Terry Haynes, Unicoi County's road superintendent, says crews have already been out salting the roads. But with a lot of infrastructure taking a hit from Hurricane Helene, many roadways and bridges had to be repaired and built back.
We don't have many roads left to salt. Of course, the flooding, left us with gravel roads, and you can't salt gravel roads. But what we've got, they've been out putting salt on them in higher elevations.
Haynes says he believes the roadways, including the part of Interstate 26 in Irwin that was washed out, will be able to withstand the snow.
I think that TDOT's pretty well got that. I hate the one lane, but I think they've got that pretty much under control. Keep the fingers, hope that we don't have an accident in that one lane. If they have one, I reckon that we're in trouble.
We won't allow any bridge, any roadway to be open if we feel that it presents a danger to the motoring public. And that includes the bridges on I-26 in Unicoi County. We'll have our crews monitoring those areas, just like they will all roadways and bridges throughout the region.
TDOT spokesperson Mark Nagy says crews will be out in full force on Sunday throughout East Tennessee treating the roads. VDOT also plans to have all hands on deck.
There will be another round of winter weather hitting on Sunday. So we're recommending people travel on Saturday to get to where they need to go and avoid travel on Sunday when the winter weather will be at its peak.
Haynes, Nagy, and Barker all advise drivers to stay off the roads unless necessary.
Plan your route accordingly. So if you see that there might be some winter weather, where you're actually going, because that's a lot of things people don't think about is they check the weather where they're at, but they don't check where they're going and along the route.
Virginia drivers can check road conditions on VDOT's 511 traffic app. For Tennessee drivers, they can check the website smartway.tn.gov. For News Channel 11, Jayana Scurry.
When I started.
So as y'all can see, it's a little hairy out there, little busy. Then we're gonna go to the actual national, what we got going on exactly right now that we have going on. Let me get back over here. Yeah, and this is what's covering right now. We're gonna do that live. That's live coverage. But yeah, that's just in the Tennessee, Virginia area. We are told to not travel and stay at home. Try to keep the roads clear. Like I said, they had a semi accident earlier out there on 81, iced. It lost control, ended up in an accident. Looked like it caught on fire. I'm trying to pull up the story on it too. Come on. Yeah, there we go. And I'm going to show you what the actual weather is doing right now. Yep, bringing it up. Looks like they're having some weather issues too.
Pittsburgh. How about you in Pittsburgh? If you are in Pittsburgh, we're looking at a good 4 inches of snow tonight. Now, if you're just a few miles south near Bethel Park or Latrobe, it could be closer to 6 to 8 inches. There's going to be a pretty sharp cutoff here just south of Pittsburgh, likely for similar reasons as, Columbus hasn't seen a lot of snow so far because of the dry air. That's going to be a problem more than likely in Pittsburgh as well. But still, a good 5 inches is going to be possible.
Yeah. The weather's getting.
Let's see here. 30 miles east of Hagerstown.
A new
A good
tornado
7
warning
inches
has
is gonna
been
be
issued.
possible.
Where is that one being issued at? That one should say. That one is being issued
Frederick,
in
Maryland,
Mississippi.
8 inches.
Yep. Mississippi's got a tornado warning.
Philadelphia,
A new tornado watch has been issued.
4 to 5 inches. Now this is
Yep.
there's a range, like you can see as little as 3, you can see as
Davis
high as
County,
6. You know what I'm
Davis
saying?
County,
Use this number as a
Hooper
middle
County.
ground for what we can expect. This is
Lauderdale.
this is an official forecast from the
Like that
National
all
Weather
day,
Service.
guys. I've been sitting
We're
here
not really
watching
forecasting
that
right
all
now.
day.
We are now casting. All right. So this is just the standard stuff that comes straight from the NFD. And it's likely quite accurate. Go ahead, Riley.
Hey Ryan, I have my eye on that storm near New Hope. It's a little string beanie right now and sort of disinteresting, but as that line behind it catches up to it, it could nudge it and it could produce a tornado. The velocity's been slowly upticking over the last 4 or 5 scans. So I think we should have our eyes on that as our next potential tornado producing storm.
All right. Thank you, Riley. Keep us updated. Let me know if we need to go hyper focus on that one. We still do have a couple of tornado warnings in effect, and we're going to check back in on those momentarily. But I know a lot of you guys have been waiting on me to talk about the snow. So that's what we're doing right now. Any more towns?
Yeah, so the weather's getting really bad.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
The same storm that's producing all this
That's another
snow and ice
update.
is also producing.
Not a new warning. We'll go check it out as soon as a new warning is issued. Southern Maryland.
A new
Good,
tornado
good, good,
watch
good.
has been
Southern
issued.
Maryland. Now, it depends on which part of the chicken wing you're on. All right. If you're over here west of the, Delmarva, if you're like south of Washington, D.C., we're talking about a good 9 to 10 inches. All right. But way down here into the peninsula, some places won't get any snow at all. But near Salisbury, for example, 8 inches. Atlantic City, New Jersey, 7 inches.
What's up there, Father Time?
Not a whole lot, buddy.
That's a good one.
You staying at home? Or you in a hotel room?
Huh?
Well, this says
You in
Hang
a
on,
hotel
man.
room or you at home?
No, I'm out of town.
There you go.
Yeah.
You're out of town.
Yeah. How's the weather up where you at? Getting crappy?
Oh, we're getting bad icing up here, and not even maybe I'd say less than 20 miles. They're already 5 because of the snow. They've already got traffic delays, shutting that down. So we're ending up with all that going on. It's nasty up here.
Well, it's supposed to get cold here this week. They're talking maybe rain, maybe a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. We shall see. Hopefully it won't be too bad.
I'm hoping not. I know you're down there in that area. They had tornadoes after tornado warnings all through Louisiana and up into Mississippi today. We were sitting there when I broadcast earlier. It was nonstop every 20 minutes popping it up.
Right.
And I've got pictures of what it looks like over in Virginia, which is an hour around St. Paul, Castlewood, and all that. The roads are really nasty. They're telling them to stay off the roads. Only emergency vehicles, the fire departments are telling them to stay off the road. They the ability to be able to get out there and rescue them if they need be. So yeah, it's kind of rough.
Yeah, it's gonna get bad up where you at.
Oh yeah. Anyway, let me pull this back up in here real quick. They're actually showing all the different locations.
Yeah, it's supposed to be, I think, 31 in the morning. It's gonna be cold with a wind chill of.
Is in effect right now for Noxubee and Lowndes counties in Mississippi, a pretty strong area of rotation. Going over to Brooksville right now, coming up toward Plum Grove to go, and Forreston. Take shelter now. What do you got, Riley?
Hey, Ryan, possibly even more concerning than that. I'm on K.
Let's see.
Yeah, they're freezing up. Which kind of sucks. They're freezing up.
Yeah, it's going to be 13-mile-an-hour winds.
DGX now looking south
It's gonna
near
be about
Homa.
32.
Quite the couple has come together in the last couple of scans, and I would expect a tornado warning for this shortly.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Riley.
Because I know earlier
This is,
Missouri was getting light
This is the storm
ice.
that he's talking about right here near
This
Homa.
I mean, it was.
I agree. Looks quite
covered
concerning. Look out in New Hebron and Shivers for a potential tornado
Yeah, I
warning
know
here
that,
shortly.
that squall that come through that he's talking about. It was throwing some.
So we're watching.
It was throwing some
Y'all
wind.
look out in New Hebron, Shivers, Boggin, Gwenville. Very
Yeah, it is. It is.
quickly a convergent signature has come together, and that's definitely potentially trying to produce a tornado. We've also got a decent one down here near Macomb that could be coming up towards Sartonville. Go ahead, Riley.
Hey, Ryan, let's throw it back to our tornado warning there. It looks like we have quite the CC drop on that storm.
All right. Thank you, Riley. Drawing our attention back to our tornado warning once again for Brooksville. And my goodness, yeah.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, hang on.
Let's draw this back a couple of
For
frames.
that cold
Let's see what
weather
it
and
looks
warm
like.
weather is hitting each other.
Another
That's what's causing that.
decent area of convergence kind of just really
Yeah,
unraveled or kind of wound itself
yeah,
up
so
right over
there's
the town of
two winds-
Brooksville. We might have had
windstorms hitting each other.
the town of Brooksville
Right
just
now.
get hit, and the tornado already
Saying
might
it's
be
gonna
lifted.
bad, and then it's
With
gonna
this
be a
did
couple
just
days
get
of dry,
upgraded
but then it's gonna go back
to an
freeze,
observed
boom.
tornado
A new
warning.
tornado
warning
warning has been
So
issued.
we've got an observed confirmed tornado in
Yeah.
Noxubee and Lowndes counties in Mississippi. That was very fast what just happened there in Brooksville. Hopefully we're listening into the scanners and listening for news. There might have been a tornado hit the town there. Definitely some debris in the air.
Yeah.
After the fact, this debris signature is moving in the general direction of Plum Grove
So
and
here-
Pogo and Forreston in Mississippi. Please
Going
take
up-
shelter out here, as this likely
There ain't
produced a
nobody
tornado.
chatting into it,
Brooksville.
is there?
No, all right. Let me get back over here to this one.
Go ahead, Riley.
Hey, Ryan, unfortunately, if you
There
do
is.
step the
There's a-
CC back a couple of scans, it looks like this tornado did touch down in the town of Brooksville, so we'll be listening for any reports out of that town. If you're in the area, I'd probably just take this warning and heed it and avoid the Brooksville area for the time being.
Hang on.
Thank you, Riley. And this is a really good case for paying attention to these warnings, even if they're radar indicated, even if it's not quite obvious that they're producing a tornado, because I'm telling you, right here.
Yeah, see, they're talking about the tornadoes, and we're not dealing with the tornadoes right this minute because that's not in the area that we're in or I'm in. And a lot of the drivers are up here trying to get in out here. And this is Kansas City, Missouri live. So we're going to be going live there, guys, with a storm chaser doing what they got there. Yep. And thanks, Bob. Yeah. That's in the Kansas City, Kansas area.
I know Kansas City got hit hard.
Yeah, they had rain with an ice storm coming, and then they had the blizzard coming right in behind the ice storm.
Yeah, I've seen somebody
move that road is not.
So they were like 17 inches in no time.
Yeah. Yep. Missouri was supposed to get some of the 12 out of 15.
That's fine.
That's some snow right there, bud.
Up against the sign.
Yeah, he stopped and turned around. He said, "Oh, too much." And then,
You think we'll need to pull you this way first?
hopefully not going to be forming.
All right, am I able to get around in front of you? Okay. Okay, I'll pull up in front of you. Do you have like hooks in the front, you know?
Let's see what else we got. I think there's Kansas City. That was 2 hours ago. Get it going.
Finally, Homemade Manjaro makes your pants drop in just 1 week. I've developed a 3-ingredient recipe that's 10 times more powerful than.
Lucy, thank you. And to say travel is treacherous is an understatement. This is a look at road conditions across the state. The ones highlighted in red are shut down. That includes a large portion of I-70. I want to show you what the interstate looks right now. Now, this is the Chapman exit. You can hardly see the road. The camera is just moving because of the wind and snow is falling. Now let's go back and take a look at the rest of the state. Highways here in purple, they're covered in ice and snow. Let's zoom in to the Newton area where this is an overpass known as at the US Junction 50. This just looks at the snow and ice covered on the road. And it's dicey outside. Law enforcement and road crews are urging everyone to stay off the road unless absolutely necessary. Officers and tow trucks have been working around the clock, helping drivers with crashes, slide-offs in the highway, or simply just got stuck, while plows have been doing their best to keep up with the workload. KSN's Peyton Steiner rode along with the trooper, Ben Gardner, in Saline County. He got a first-hand look at what first responders are dealing with.
Jasmine, collisions have largely slowed down. There's just less cars on the road. Conditions are still getting worse, and people are still getting stuck. Right now, the snow is stinging my face, and the wind especially is stinging my face. But conditions can be more than just uncomfortable. They can be deadly. KHP has largely shifted their mission to looking for people who are stranded on the sides of the road, and I spent the morning with one of those KHP troopers as they made their rounds. Stranded drivers and abandoned vehicles litter the highways.
Often it's us just driving around, freelancing, and seeing where other troopers are at and trying not to cross those same paths.
With frigid temperatures, harsh winds, and nearly a foot of snow, preparation is essential.
You know, even with the snow coming down and I've got my defrosters going full blast, it's extremely hot inside. The windshield wipers are still getting covered with ice.
The Kansas Highway Patrol fight an uphill battle.
I mean, certainly stay home. As I mentioned, Mother Nature's winning. 3787. So the first responders are struggling, tow services are struggling, and KDOT is struggling.
A struggle against the elements shifts the scope. of their mission.
Sana, there's a Mazda eastbound in the median side.
Keeping an eye out for stranded travelers.
I'm assuming somebody's checked on that. It's got its hazards on.
Gearing up, knowing what to do and who to call can be the difference between life and death.
We've had moments where people get out of the vehicle thinking they're going to walk, and then they get disoriented, and then they die because they can't get to the next destination.
Fighting for inches of ground against Mother Nature means holding steady and riding things out.
So just be realistic, let her own it. She's won this moment, and we're going to move to a better moment when we'll recover from it. So staying home is still very important.
Like Trooper Ben says, driving should be kept to a minimum, but if you have to drive, he says make sure you have a kit with non-perishable food and water and warm clothes. Make sure your electronics are charged and know who to call, whether that's KHP or a tow service. If you find yourself stuck, stay in your car and wait for help. Coming up tonight at 10, we'll have more from travelers who got stuck here at the wrong place at the wrong time. Here for you in Salina, Peyton Steiner, KSN News 3.
Five words you pronounce wrong. 2 years before your brain starts shutting down.
Yeah, internet.
Dementia is now known as type 3 diabetes, according to the Mayo Clinic, where doctors.
There's NBC. Yeah.
Evening. We are coming on the air on our first Sunday of 2025 with our first major snowstorm of the year. It's a powerful system set to affect nearly 60 million of us, and it's already dumping snow as a blizzard in the Midwest. It started with ice. Look at this, a dangerous pileup there in Kansas City. But now it's the deep snow that's crippling traffic. They're already seeing 9 inches there. The storm is spinning off tornado warnings tonight in the south and getting set to move east, potentially paralyzing parts of the mid-Atlantic, including the nation's capital. School already canceled in major cities like Philadelphia and in Washington, D.C. It is a mess on the roads and at airports, too, with more than 1,500 flights canceled, more than 6,000 delayed. We've got team coverage tonight, including your forecast in just a moment. But we'll begin with Maggie Vespa in Kansas City.
From blinding blizzards across America's heartland.
You can't even see down the dang street.
To flashes of thunder snow and thunder sleet in Kansas and Missouri. Even a confirmed tornado in Arkansas. A colossal winter system has turned America's midsection into a chaotic, frozen tundra.
We've got rollovers that happened in times past. We're still going to wrecks, and a lot of these first responders are getting stuck.
65 million Americans from the Great Plains to the East Coast are under winter storm alerts tonight. In Kentucky, this car frozen shut and this squad car destroyed. The state trooper inside it injured after a driver crashed into him. In Kansas City, interstates lined with cars and ditches, some struggling uphill and sliding through traffic. And watch as this semi slams into another. This after a drone overnight captured this massive pileup. Highways already coated in ice, now buried in snow.
A lot of people around here have low cars and don't have the right tires.
Plow drivers working around the clock.
Hey everyone, City Manager Brian Platt here.
Kansas City's city manager even pitching in as snow continues falling, followed by frigid temperatures for days to come.
You woke up this morning and saw this and thought what?
This is going to be one of the most historic, significant storms that Kansas City has ever seen. We haven't seen more than 10 inches in 32 years. But it will be a constant battle. We'll be out here for days.
All right, yelling here, Scott.
Maggie Vespa joins us now from Kansas City, where it is really coming down. Maggie, it's not just the snow, it's the power outages that can be dangerous for folks.
All right.
Yeah, Hallie, that's right. And at this hour, we have more than 100,000 people from Texas to Kentucky without power, more than half of them here in Missouri alone, where it's still coming down really fast. I mean, look at this buried car behind me. Look at these roads. These were plowed just a few hours ago, and now they're completely covered again. Hallie.
Maggie Vespa, thank you. We are already seeing thousands of flight cancellations or delays on what is the final travel day of the holiday season. Aaron Gilchrist reports from Reagan National Airport.
Tonight, the major weather system slamming the Midwest is wreaking havoc on airports across the country.
These massive snow removal trucks trying to clear the runway in Lexington, Kentucky to keep the airport open. Some travelers not so lucky.
We're just sitting at the tarmac for like an hour and a half, and they're like, airport's closed.
At Kansas City's airport, Jocelyn Joseph is trying to get back to college in Denver.
I was halfway through security when my flight got canceled, and they told me I needed to go back down to baggage claim to get my bag.
FlightAware's misery map showing travel snarled in the country's midsection. Nationwide, there are more than 6,000 flight delays and more than 1,000 cancellations. Christy Coach and her kids just trying to get home to North Carolina.
We got to just look at it as an adventure and, enjoy the time together, I guess.
Back now with Aaron at Reagan National just outside Washington. And Aaron, that woman's optimism aside, it is only expected to get worse for travelers from here over the next day.
Yeah, Hallie, tonight here at DCA, we're just seeing a few canceled flights on the board here, but FlightAware is already showing nearly 900 flights are canceled nationwide for tomorrow. Hallie?
Aaron Gilchrist, thank you. Let's get right to NBC News meteorologist Angie Lastman. Okay, Angie, talk about the snow, the ice, the expectations as this storm now marches east.
Hallie, all those impacts are going to continue to spread towards the coast and leave folks with the potential to get multiple inches of snow, ice accumulations, and even severe storms stretch down to the south with the potential for tornadoes as we get through tonight. By tomorrow, the snow moves into the mid-Atlantic. Those periods of heavy snow stay with us through the day. Ice accumulations topping 3/4 of an inch in some spots like Lexington and Charleston. But the snowfall totals, especially for Washington, D.C., 6 to 10 inches, impressive to say the least, with some isolated spots receiving over a foot. We'll also see multiple inches for Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, New York City, just less than half of an inch. Hallie.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.
I haven't been able to take my eyes off my husband's pants since he tried this morning trick. What happened afterward was unbelievable.
I thought it would be just another quickie, but my husband went hard on me for 2.
There we go. We're going to get rid of that. Yeah. So that's what our weather's looking like right now, guys.
Dayton, 4 inches. There's no official reports coming in at all from Columbus, but I know there's at least a trace of snow on the ground right now. So, yeah, that's what we're looking at here. We've got a good, foot to foot and a half back here. We've had 6 to 12 inches in an area like this, but there is a decent gap, okay? There's a decent gap where we're not as much snow has fallen here, for example, thanks to that dry air.
Yeah.
Yeah, 18 inches, 16 inches. Most of these are coming from Kansas, Cameron, Missouri, St. Joseph's, Missouri, 13 inches. So, yeah, we'll take another look at this before we end the stream just to get an idea of the overall totals. And no, it's not over, right? Especially in Indiana and Ohio. There's more. There's more snow coming. Mike McGinnis, thank you so much for the very generous $50 super chat. Everybody say thank you to Mike. Big W in the chat from Mike.
Anybody
for
wants
people like Mike and all the other very awesome people today who have submitted super chats, we'd have to do a bunch of daggone commercials. And
you can click on
a bunch
it.
of this, a bunch of that.
They're over in Kentucky, and they're actually having
ads,
weather conditions that we're having. Ugh. We're having bad internet. Yeah. Yeah, there's Cabell, West Virginia. It's coming down pretty good. Warren County, Ohio, it's coming down really good. Big flakes, high wind.
Personally. Dcash Videos, thanks for being a slight risker over here on this channel. I recognize you from the Y'allbot channel. We got a dual citizen here.
And down there in Columbia, Mississippi, there's supposed to be some.
The ice is continuing to build up in Elizabethtown, Kentucky. Look at this, y'all. Big time icing happening in Kentucky.
Yeah, it's about 2 hours from me.
Still
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The numbers are going up. The power outages in Kentucky are now over 50,000 customers.
Yep.
A lot of those are coming in close to me. Look at this. Lee and Wolf counties over here with about 4,000 people without power in each, 7,000, or actually, I'm sorry, 1,500 in Breathitt County. So I live over here. The power outages are inching closer to the weather house.
Yeah, see, they're having weather and internet issues, which we're having some here too in Tennessee.
Yeah, 51,000 people without power now. One of the hardest hit counties at this point is Henderson County. So y'all, please, if you still have power, prepare, get those blankets ready, get it, whatever it is that you need to do to prepare for an overnight power outage where temperatures get pretty cold. Go ahead and get your preparations in order. Hopefully you've already done so. We've had a lot of warning. 33,000 customers without power in Illinois, 31,000 in Missouri, 12,000 in Mississippi, 10,000 in Louisiana. By far, Kentucky looks to be the hardest hit area right now.
Yeah. We are now customers tracked. Outage right now. I'm up here in the corner, which is basically where I'm at, Johnson County and all that. I'm going to show that here to you in a second.
A new tornado warning has been
Another
issued.
tornado warning being popped up.
All right, so that's not a new tornado warning. That's just an update to this existing one. They've shaved off Minden.
What it looks like. I'll show you what it looks like here. Power outages. Right now we're at 714. Yeah, hold on. Pull that up. Yeah, there you go. Yes. This is for, let me show you. Washington County. There's Unicoi. Right now, that's Sullivan. This right here in the gray where you see my mouth that's actually Carter County. This is Johnson County. We have power outages. We have over 714. Yeah, 714 outages right now. The top end of whatever Virginia's getting. So yeah, we're quite a bit on the power outages. So yeah, if you get here to Washington County, there's Sullivan County. I used to live in Sullivan County until I moved over to Carter, which is right here. Carter, Johnson County. Both of them got power outages. So if you guys see my internet going in and out, you understand why. And that's what's going on. Yeah. So we're sitting there bringing weather and trying to show you all what's going on. Yeah, I got a bunch of other stuff that's pulling up. We're going to go into, yeah, let's bring that up too. Give me a second. We'll pull this right up real quick. We'll get this going. I do have outages. Like I said, we had a truck accident out here on 81 up here at mile marker 3, in between 3 and 5. We actually had tractor trailer slid on ice. Looked like it caught on fire. It looked like it was an Amazon Prime trailer. I really do hope they are doing better. I hope the driver's okay. I really do. So that's what we got going on for weather. We are going to go into the news over here as soon as I get it brought up. Yeah. Let's see what else we got going on here. Yeah, here we go. Here's book of news. We're going to go ahead and pull this up too. Let me bring this over. We'll bring it up so y'all can see it. It's just been a busy day, busy night. Just saying. Busy day, busy night. Yeah. Overweight semis need to chain up. This is Michigan. Overweight trucks. Overweight semi truck causes a chain reaction crash beneath Michigan overpass. Yeah. A lot of stuff going on here, people. A lot of stuff. This was on December 31st, there in Township. According to Atwood 8, Atwood 8, a semi truck tried to pass beneath the 144 Avenue overpass on US 131, but was over the height limit and collision collided a chain reaction crash with 3 other vehicles, including another box truck. I mean, people need to pay attention to what they're doing for oversize, overheight, all that. We're going to do top stories, top videos. All right, now we're going to get it. Here, Penn State's doing their weather. PennDOT announces commercial vehicle restrictions for winter weather. All right, let's get into this. Pennsylvania Department of Transportation, PennDOT, plans to implement weather-related commercial vehicle travel restrictions this weekend. We can view the satellite if we wanted to in 3D. Depending the winter storm. PennDOT announced the following travel restrictions. These are Tier 2, empties and loaded tandem trailers or without chains or ATD on board are not permitted on the following roadways. And this is what we got for effective at 5 p.m. today. I-376 between exit 36, Brighton, PA Turnpike. I-579 between I-376 and PA 28. I-579 between PA 28 and the end of I-579. I-70 between West Virginia, between Virginia Line and exit 57, New Station, Hunker. I-79 between West Virginia Line and exit 77 and I-76, Turnpike, Youngstown, Ohio, and Harrisburg. Effective, this is for tomorrow in the morning, effective at 12 a.m. on January 6th, I-81 between MD main line MD line and exit 89, I-78 east of Allentown, I-83 between MD line and I-81. Those will be shut down. They have those shut down. The winter travel advisory. All vehicles must be doing 45 speed limit. Commercials right lane only. No permitted vehicles. There's a ban on these vehicle tiers. Right now, everything's banned. Not permitted, exempt with chains, tractors. All right, so there's only bus. Tier 1 bus, it's showing on there, Tier 1 bus, that are able to do it with chains. Tandem trailers are Tier 2, Tier 3, your bucket dumps. Then you got your flatbeds, they're all requiring chains, and all the others, Tier 1 and Tier 2, all approved. But they're requiring chains on Tier 3, loaded box trucks, personal vehicles they can run, emergency responders, they're clear all the way. But Tier 4 and 5 no way. They got to suffer emergency vehicles. So, I mean, that's a lot of vehicles. If you're running empty, all empty vehicles, except for a bus, has to chain up, but everything else is empty, is a no-go. If you're loaded, you have to chain up. On tier 1, tier 2, you're good, but tier 3, you're going to have to chain up. On your box, loaded, flatbed, dump, tandems, and buses, no go on buses at all. Your pickup trucks, they're good, don't need chains, but I still say you need chains to be required. So that's what's going on in the tiers. And that's what they have for the PA. Yeah, for Pennsylvania weather event speed vehicle restriction plan. No faster than 45 is what they're calling for. And you must chain up anything tier 3 and bigger. Well, tier 3 and up. If you're running empty, you're not permitted at all. Motorcycles are not allowed. Trailers are not allowed behind cars. RVs are not allowed. Overweight vehicles not allowed. Day cabs not allowed. Empty box trucks not allowed. Empty tractor trailers, empty flatbeds, and empty dumps. And doubles or triples are not allowed unless you're loaded and you're chained on a tier 2, as you can see here. Let's see what they got for videos. Give a shout out to CDL Life for their dedication and work that they do. Looks like the internet's giving a little bit of a fit. Arkansas dot. Yep. That was earlier. That's with the rain. Yep. Protected HQ truck parts. Part 5, which will be tools every trucker needs. They come out 2 days ago on CDL Life. Then if you guys go over to Freight Waves, you can go over there and see what else they got going on. But not a whole lot, just a lot of weather that's going on. This is in trucking news. Here's the birth history of the Kenworth video form. So if you guys want to watch that, we can watch that. As soon as it brings it up, there we go. The story of the Kenworth. Yep, let's watch it. No, we're not doing all that crap. Get rid of that. Yeah, that's for games. We're not registering for games. Yep. Power outages must have been hitting pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll get off of that. But yeah, what's going on, guys? I'm going to get off here. The weather's not looking any better. We're losing internet now. But I'll keep you all updated. Phones are charged. So y'all have a peaceful night. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all stopping in. And we're going to give a shout out from Jacob's Garage. They're up there dealing with the snow and everything up there in Castlewood, all up there in Russell County and all that area. They're dealing with all the snow right now.
Jacob's Garage, 24-hour record service, Castlewood, Virginia, 276-202-9151. We are a 24-hour roadside assistance and record service. We're here tonight in Coburg, Virginia with the Tour of Destruction with the the Monster Truck Show. This is our towing family. If you have problems on the road or need a tow, give us a call 24/7. And we are based out of Castlewood, Virginia.
So that's what we got going on there, guys. Yeah. So hang on, we're getting, yeah, the internet's really messing up pretty good. Yeah, we're still here. Yep, there we go. We're still here. It's just the internet's playing with everybody. It's really giving a hard time right now. So trying to get all this buttons. Yeah. So on that note, we're out.
Hi, I'm Brandon Carpenter from Ashland, Ohio. I use Visipol for just about everything on my truck. I'm out here at the show getting it cleaned up. This product is great for just about anything you can imagine on your truck. I use it on the chrome, the stainless. Heck, I even use it on the paint. Some people think it's just for glass, but really you can use it on just about anything. So get you a can.